Hey, VC. Rob checking in. Headlong into sound. How in the fuck are ya? I did hit a record store last night. Grabbed 2 albums. And I was just going to kind of show some of the stuff I've been listening to over the last week or so since I posted a video. So yeah, I went to this record store last night. It's not just a record store. It's kind of just an entertainment store. They sell like vintage games. They sell tapes, CDs, like Pokemon. They sell, Game Boy. Anyways, they do have so if I go there about once a month maybe, they have nice rotation of vinyl by the time, in a month or so. So I try to get there out once a month or so. Grab this 74 Jailbreak AC/DC. This is an EP, came out in 1984. This is kind of I'm not, just to kind of preface this, I'm not a huge AC/DC fan by any means. I do like Bon Scott era. I do like Bon Scott. I kind of like the raw stuff, the 70s stuff. But to be honest, though, my favorite AC/DC song is probably Money Talks, which, I don't know, what's that, like 1990? Brian Johnson. Anyways, grab this. It was cheap. Usually when I see this, it's kind of expensive for unknown reasons. I don't know, maybe it didn't sell a lot. But Jailbreak title track, that's an essential AC/DC song. Great tune. It's probably the only really essential one on this. But I will say the other bookmark on here, Baby Please Don't Go. Great blues track, blues cover. Yeah, cool album, cool EP. Next thing I grabbed last night, this is Kids See Ghosts. Now this isn't something you see a lot in the VC. This is modern hip hop. This is a collaboration between rapper Kid Cudi and Kanye West. I imagine a lot of people just rolled their eyes at Kanye West, but I'm going to stick up for Kanye West. He's an excellent hip hop producer. Despite his antics in the pop world and the political world, he does have a bit of genius in him. As someone who listens to a fair amount of hip hop, I think he's an excellent hip hop producer. And he's kind of, it sounds odd, but he's a bit of a purist as far as hip hop producers go. He samples a lot of music. That was kind of a basis of hip hop back in the 80s. I mean, it's kind of lost a bit, but he's great at it, and he writes excellent beats. For example, like the third song on this, Fourth Dimension, there's a great sample of Louis Prima. Or Louis Prima, I don't know how to say his name, but classic singer, and he throws down a great beat over this, and I really like this album. I'm not gonna lie, very happy with this. So yeah, just kind of been throwing albums on that I don't listen to a lot over the last week or so. Roy Burns. So this was gonna go in my get rid of pile, and everything is potentially in that pile if I no longer deem it worthy. But I listened to this, and I was for sure this was going to go away, but I kind of like this. I don't know anything about Roy Burns. I didn't really look him up. I didn't read about him, but he is obviously a drummer. That's him. Drum set artistry. So drums are pretty good on this. Horns are pretty good. It's kind of like this 70s big band thing, or I assume this is the 70s. This is staying in the collection for the time being. I kind of enjoyed listening to this. I listened to the side 1. Wasn't bad. I don't even remember where I got that, but Richard and Linda Thompson, Shoot Out the Lights. I have a love-hate relationship with this album. I think the hate part mainly comes from the 80s production. This came out in 1982. Hannibal Records, apparently. Not too familiar with Hannibal Records, but 1982, and it suffers. It's just one of those things, you've all heard the 80s, albums that suffer from 80s production, and this is one. With that in mind, there are some excellent songs on this. The title track, Shoot Out the Lights, being the best song in my opinion. Excellent guitar. I tend to prefer the Richard Thompson songs as opposed to the ones that Linda sings. I like Don't Renege on Our Love. I do like, I like Did She Jump or Was She Pushed? Linda sings that. But, yeah, I keep this around, and I will, but this could have been a lot better at a different time. Just, I don't know. Shoot Out the Lights. Good album, bad production. Modern band, The Knife. Synth rock, rock, I guess, synthesized, I hate to say pop, but they have some pop attributes. Synth band, modern synth band. This is mixed up, shaken up versions. I'm gonna say this is non-essential, The Knife. If you want to listen to The Knife, this isn't the one I recommend. I recommend one of their studio albums. Pretty good group, actually. This is just kind of remixes they did themselves of their own songs. Kind of an odd, not odd idea. It wasn't really, wasn't something I would have done. But with that in mind, I am keeping this album because it sounds pretty cool. I just think that the originals are better. So if you want to hear The Knife, if you don't know who they are, check out the studio version. Any of their studio albums. So, of course, every every few months or so, I try to play this King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King. So I have a few copies of this. This is my nicest copy. I think I have 2 covers and 3 albums, 3 records. And this is the Frankenstein I made of the 2, but this is kind of that label there. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this too long. Everybody's heard this on the VC. If you haven't, then I don't know. Then you got a lot to learn. But yeah, progressive rock, like starter kit, progressive rock 101. Excellent. And I think I will say, I gotta say, 21st Century Schizoid Man, the first song on this, probably King Crimson's most famous song, is, I think it's one of the best songs ever written. Considering just how good of a song it is, and the time, and the fucking drums. The fucking drums are fucking insane on it. Great song. Great album. And really, let's be honest, one of the best covers you'll ever see. Awesome. I listened to Endless Summer, the Beach Boys. Yeah, as far as I know, this is kind of everything up until... I think this is everything, like, their big hits up until, like... I only listened to side 1 and 2, but I think it's, like, all the songs up, all their big hits up until, like, Pet Sounds or something. Beach Boys. I listened to Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. I'm a fan of Arcade Fire. This is probably... This might be my favorite of their albums, besides maybe Funeral, their first album. Arcade Fire, modern rock band. Yeah, this is a great album. I was gonna go into their style, but they kind of changed it up a lot, especially since their first album. So, yeah, they're a modern rock band. Arcade Fire, Suburbs. Yeah, I really like. I gotta read the track list here, but if there is one, I really like the song "Modern Man." The first song on this title track, "The Suburbs," absolutely beautiful song. This song's about being a modern human being in the weird times that we live in. I cherish this album a lot, "The Suburbs." I listen to the Kinks. This is Muswell Hillbillies. This is actually one of my favorite Kinks albums. Really, really good. What a down-to-earth band. What a criminally underrated band the Kinks were. I put them on the same kind of echelon as the Beatles or the Stones or the Who. I think I really do. I mean, they were prolific. They were they put out great music for 20 years. And this is one of my favorite albums by them. I mean, yeah, every song. 20th Century Man, Acute Schizophrenia, Paranoia Blues, Alcohol, Complicated Life, Here Come the People in Gray. Excellent. Excellent group. Davies Brothers. Really, really great. Love this band. And to continue on that thought, Kink Chronicles. This is beat to shit, but the albums play pretty good. I've kind of talked about that before. Like, it makes you wonder how the cover can go through a catastrophic tornado, but you know the albums, you know, they don't really even hardly scratch that much. They look pretty good too. I mean, I listen to both albums on this, but this is kind of I think this is Kinks. They changed. I don't know enough about it, but they changed labels sometimes in the mid '60s, and this is kind of some of their bigger songs after they changed labels. So you're not gonna get like You Really Got Me or All the Day and All the Night, but you'll have like Lola, Ape Man. I mean, awesome songs. Sunny Afternoon, Waterloo Sunset, Death of a Clown. Awesome compilation. I listened to Can. Forgive me, I forget if this is Tago Mago or Tego Mego or some other pronunciation. All I know is that I'm not too worried about like pronouncing it right. Basically, you had, I think, a Japanese singer singing in English for a German krautrock band. So, yeah, I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm not going to lie. Tago Mago. But, yeah, Can. This is, of course, a reissue from 2014. Can. I mean, Can could. They were one of the best. Two of their kind of main members died last year. I forget their names, but Jackie Liebezeit or whatever his name is, the drummer and the bassist, died last year. And I'm kind of a late bloomer to Can. I only really got into Can maybe 4 years ago, but yeah, their albums have since changed my the sonic, like my aural landscape. What an amazing band. And you know, this is one of their best albums. So yeah, I bow down to this fucking album. This is awesome. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Thanks for subbing, you guys. Having a lot of fun doing these videos. Having a lot of fun watching a lot of your videos. I'll catch you next time. Be good.